One Direction band member Louis Tomlinson breaks his silence over the passing of Liam Payne. We got to talk about this very sad news. But before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. You guys, welcome back to my channel. Obviously, you guys know that I am your messy best friend and I'm always trying to make you laugh and always doing the most because you guys know I'm just built that way, bitch. Me and my pizza nipples are just built that way. But listen, this video is a lot more serious and it does have a little, just a little surrealness to it. Maybe not even a little, it's just surreal to even know that we are coming on the year of Liam Payne's passing, which is so crazy. Like, it is so, I would never forget reporting on this, best friend. But listen, I just want to let you guys know that, we have a special video coming out. I have a special video coming out on the anniversary of Liam Payne. So stay tuned for that. But Louis Tomlinson is speaking out, and he spoke out to Rolling Stone magazine. And the main thing is that it's been impossibly difficult. That he says, I've never lost a friend before. Okay. In a vulnerable cover story interview with Rolling Stone UK, the singer shared that his former One Direction bandmate's death in 2024 has been impossibly difficult to navigate, especially as the group celebrated its 15th anniversary earlier this year. It was really uncomfortable, actually, Tomlinson began. Quote, the collective feeling to celebrate is as important, if not more important than ever, on behalf of Liam. He continued, of the band's anniversary, which marked the first one that Tomlinson and ex-bandmates Harry, Zayn, and Niall had to celebrate without Payne. There's still a level in my head where it feels unjust and frustrating that he's not with us anymore. So it just brought up those feelings, although I'm still living with them anyway. The interview comes almost a full year after Payne passed in Argentina. Oh, I get anxiety just talking about it. Shortly afterward, all four of Payne's former bandmates shared statements addressing his death. Quote, I feel beyond lucky to have had you in my life, but I'm still struggling with the idea of saying goodbye, Tomlinson wrote in his statement at the time. He continues saying, it was really, really impossibly difficult for me to deal with losing Liam. I thought that because at this point I'm relatively well versed in grief for my age, that it might soften the blow. That was super naive. It was very different. I've never lost a friend before. He was just very misunderstood person. I think from a public perspective, if there is ever any judgment on his character, I think 9 times out of 10, you can reflect on that. And the reflection is that he was someone who just wanted to be liked. Oh, you guys, talking about Liam is very it's very anxiety prone. Okay, that it's the truth. I think the passing of Liam really did something to all of us, collectively. I think, those who grew up loving him, those who, shared first heartbreaks and, walked down the aisle to their music, to going to their first concert. I mean, there's so many memories, core memories that so many of us have shared with, One Direction and with Liam. So the fact that like this happened and, everyone is just trying to process it is crazy. You know, the band itself, Liam always wanted a reunion, right? There's been so many different occasions where he was on TikTok Live where he shared that he really wanted a reunion of One Direction, where he wanted to get back together with the band and to celebrate their music. And he thought that, they owed it to the fans. He, of course, did his solo career and he really put in a lot of effort in that, and he wanted this. He wanted music. He wanted to be a performer. But I do think that deep down inside, he knew that, being together, the 5 of them, was where the real magic, wonderful magic was. It is very sad that, they were not able to get together one last time, the five of them. It is very sad because we all know that that is what Liam would have wanted. I think the band is going to start talking out a little bit more. You know, Zayn has a road trip documentary series for Netflix with Louis where they go across the US, and I'm sure they're going to bring up Liam quite a lot in that docu-series. I think that we can all just take a second to understand that Liam, um he touched a lot of lives, you know, and a lot of us didn't know him personally, right? And uh seeing how the band has talked about Liam, you could tell that they all think very similar to the same idea of that Liam was a just a very genuine and sweet guy, and he just wanted the best for everybody, and he just wanted to make people happy. And he knew that with his art, with his talent, with his voice, he was making a lot of people happy. So you know, I feel for him. I will never forget when it happened. I was in the living room and my husband was at work and I got the notification. I think I maybe I was scrolling in that very actually I was scrolling in that very moment, and I saw when publications were showing pictures of the scene. And I wish I could take back that moment where I saw those pictures. Um and it was being shared all over Twitter, and it was being just everywhere. I even saw TikTok about it, and then TikTok did remove it. And in that moment, there was a lot of people saying that he did it on purpose. And immediately that connected me to my brother, because my brother took his life almost 13 years ago. And so for me, it was like the feel. It's so strange because like I never knew Liam, but I felt the same kind of like just butterflies coming up, you know? And I was getting so many comments like, Sebastian, please talk about this, please talk about this. And I just didn't feel comfortable talking about it because I don't cover celebrity passing, because I am very triggered when it comes to that. You know, I've lost many people in my life that so I tend not to talk about this, but I thought that there was so many people talking so negatively about Liam and calling him a drug addict and this and these horrible, harsh words, that I just thought to myself, I think my words here are needed. And so I did start talking about him, and you know, we I think I did it with a lot of care. And then I stopped talking about him because there was really nothing more to say. There was nothing more to talk about, right? And I just thought it was better just to leave it. We did do a beautiful toy drive in his honor around Christmas time, which I'm so thankful that we were able to do. And yeah, so, you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, it's just very sad. And I do think that the guys can maybe honor Liam at some point in the future, maybe get together and maybe do a tour. I just don't know. I just think a tour would be really weird. I mean, it's one thing if one of the band members doesn't want to do the tour, but there's another when the band member that wanted to do the tour so badly, that wanted to do the reunion so badly, isn't there for the reunion. So I just don't know. I'm gonna ask you guys, if One Direction would come back, would you want to see a reunion with the four of them, or what would you think? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'm sending all the guys and just all his family, his son, just everybody that knew him personally and everyone who loved him publicly in the world, just sending so much love. And the video that I'm preparing for his anniversary is very special, so I hope you guys watch it. So I love you all and sending you all so much love. Mwah. Bye.